Hey, what's up guys? Kai here, and welcome to part 1 of the epic 2-part finale of Let's Play Valkyrie Profile 2 Silmeria. Before heading inside to face Lezard, let's take a look at the preparations I've made for the final battle, starting with Seal Stones. Now because I am going to be going with a somewhat aggressive approach here, I actually didn't make any changes to my Seal Stones since last time. But if you are playing along and you prefer a more defensive style of play, or if you just don't feel confident going into the final battle without the ability to heal yourself, then I would recommend replacing Desperate Soldier Law with Life Force Blessing. That would be really good. On the other hand, if you just want to go totally balls to the wall and go all out, you can replace the 6 Elements Blessing with Wrath of Forcefulness. Personally, I want to hang on to 6 Elements because it increases all of your elemental defenses by 20%. And that'll be pretty nice in the event that I do get hit. But more importantly, if you remember, the Conqueror's armor reduces your elemental resistances by 20%. So just by bringing this Seal Stone along, you effectively negate that penalty. Speaking of equipment, let's take a look at what I'll be using for Alicia. Got the Dragon Rib, Great Eagle Heart, and Power Bangle accessories, as always, to increase my damage, and the Tri-Emblem to increase my magic defense a little bit, but the fire resistance is actually a good thing to bring to the table. Mithril Plate, again for the elemental protection, and I have her equipped with the Glance Reviver that Lady Lenneth was kind enough to leave in our possession. If you're playing along, feel free to use the Valkyrie Favor Sword if you want to, although it's not necessary for my strategies. And yes, I know it's the final boss, but I still want to uphold the request that some of you made of me earlier in the LP and not use overpowered weapons during boss fights in the main story. But you can if you want to. Now for Brahms, going to be going with Bloody Nails, but again, you can use Sword of the Meek should you so choose. Conqueror's Armor for the extra attack power. Double Power Bangles and Dragon Rip to increase his attack power. And because he is silenced, I still have him equipped with the Empty Box to increase his damage and critical hit chance. Now for skills, going to be going with Solitary Struggle, Psychosoma, and Magician Slayer for Alicia. Fists of Iron, Solitary Struggle, Free Item, and True Scene on Brahms. The rest of my party, Shakan and Cannon, are just goat dolls, so let's get going.
Beautiful. Lenneth Valkyrie. It was inevitable. It was inevitable that we come together in the end. You thought me lower than a snake, yet I have caught you. How angry that must make you feel, my Lenneth Valkyrie. Are you excited? Fear not. Soon we shall be united as one. Lenneth Valkyrie, my beloved goddess. My fantasy of becoming one with you, of becoming creator with you, will soon come true. I'm honored you came to celebrate, but really, you shouldn't have. Please be patient a little longer. It will take time to extend myself deeper into the soul of Lenneth Valkyrie.
That sounded vulgar. But anyways guys, get hyped for boss time against Lezard, the transcendental being himself. So this fight has a very interesting mechanic to it. You actually have two ways of winning the battle. You can either defeat Lezard, or you can destroy that crystal and free Lenneth. What the game doesn't tell you, and this is a little tricky, but Lezard reduces all damage you deal to him by, I think it's 10%. Yeah, all damage you deal is divided by 10, and the same goes for the crystal. But first things first, I want to get Brahms. Where's my... There it is. I want to get Brahms to use a Might Potion on Alicia. Then I want to get him into his own unit and station him kinda close to the crystal, but away from Alicia and my two sacrificial lambs. If only Firestorm actually dealt damage. Okay, now I just want to hang out until my menu timer resets. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and buff Brahms. Now that we're all set up and ready to go with our two dead party members, both Alicia and Brahms have all of their stats increased by 40% thanks to Solitary Struggle. So what you have to do is deal 1,000 damage or more to Lezard, which will stun him and sever the link between him and the crystal. And while he's stunned, you're able to inflict your normal amount of damage to the crystal. Ideally, you want to do this with as few attacks as possible to conserve your AP. So let's see what Alicia is capable of doing. Okay. Now when you see that flash of light and you see Lezard just kind of whatever he's doing there, that means you can now attack the crystal. So let's get our characters back in the same group and do just that. There we go.
Lenneth!
The soul is reborn and summoned countless times. And beyond myriad rebirths, the demise of the soul awaits. Such is the cycle of causality.
Thank you, Alicia. To watch you become the brave figure you are now, at this moment, is the very reason I was reborn into you. I can feel it.
Let it be done!
Alicia. That low, stupid, ignorant human princess steals my dear Lenneth and throws my painstakingly prepared history into chaos and disarray. You will pay.
Oh man, you guys, that scene always sends shivers down my spine. So awesome. Okay, so for storyline purposes, let's go ahead and use Arngrim, Rufus, and Brahms. Now, one thing I am going to do, real quick here off screen, is I'm going to equip and release all of the Einherjar that I am not using. But first, let's take a look at our newest party member, Valkyrie. She starts at level 55, and she has really good elemental protection. 20% to all of them base, will be 40% with our Sealstone Blessing. She comes with some pretty good equipment, and every skill that Alicia has. She also has very similar attacks to Alicia, although the main difference is all of Alicia's attack modifiers are 1.2 or 1.3, I believe, and all of Valkyrie's are actually 0.1 lower than Alicia's. On the flip side, all of her attacks have a holy elemental damage modifier at a rate of 0.3. The one true Valkyrie, created by combining Hrist, Lenneth, and Silmeria, the three goddesses of fate, holds more power than multiple gods and literally has the power to control even fate, aka Lezard is fucked. But I'm going to take a few minutes real quick to set up my equipment, my skills, release those Einherjar, pump all those stat boosting items into Valkyrie, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Now look at those stats. Mwahaha! No mercy. And this is only from having 5 Einherjar ready to be released. If you have more than that, by all means, equip them with the best stuff you have and then just send them on their way. At this point in the game, there's no reason not to. Alright, the next thing I want to do with Valkyrie is finally put all of these experts' experiences I've been hanging on to throughout the whole game to use and get her a few extra levels. Alright, there we go. Now let's go over her equipment and skills. Going to be going with her default equipment because it is more than adequate. Rangrid Blade has 450 attack power. Got her going with the Tri-Emblem and triple power bangles. For skills, I have her set up with Fists of Iron, Psycho Sama, Magician Slayer, and True Seeing, much like Alicia was in the previous battle. Also, just like Alicia, she has the magic ring on her hand, which I thought was a nice touch. Okay, for the rest of my party, got Triple Edge and Heat Up on Rufus, Free Item, Heat Up on Arngrim, Triple Edge, Heat Up on Brahms. That's all I really care about. Their equipment is totally irrelevant, but I do have the Double Cross on Rufus for more hits, and any accessory that increases my accuracy, because I do not want to miss. If you attack Lezard and he dodges, he will unleash a devastating counterattack and then teleport away. And I believe that is it. Oh, attacks. Going to be going with Mirage Pierce, followed by Cutting Edge, and then Spiral Pierce. And we don't need to heal up. We should be good to go. Oh, some good skills to bring to the final battle if you are using a more defensive party would be Toughness, Survival, First Aid, and Resist Magic. And protection against Fire Elemental would be almost crucial.
What is this? Fools, do you realize what you have done?
Alright guys, first thing you want to do, well, a good thing you want to do, if you're not going to be following my setup, is start the battle off with a Nectar Potion, because Lezard does have access to Glacial Blizzard, Lightning Storm, and Earthgrave, and you don't want to get paralyzed or frozen or stunned. However, I am just going to use a Might Potion on Valkyrie. Okay, I want to make sure I was using my character with free item there. And just like the last battle, any damage you deal to Lezard will be divided by 10. That is, any damage coming from any character other than Valkyrie. Yes, she is the only character, fitting as it is, who can damage Lezard normally, which is why I like to release as many Einherjar as I can, and then just focus all of those stat boosting items onto Valkyrie, making her as powerful as possible. So now that we got her buffed, I'm not even going to worry about debuffs. Let's just go in for the kill. Or hopefully kill him, that is.
I'm getting tired of you devils. Finishing strike! Final what the hell? My strength is the sword of the oppressed. Finishing strike! Bloody curse! Did I miss? Leave the rest to me. Finishing strike! Lightning blade! Okay, now I'm picking
Screams of the soul. Divine assault. Evelon Valesti. Purify them. Art thou in pain?
Good God, this game is broken.